The other thing that's been a little bit harder is that, I have the two cats, right? And so Chloe is the newcomer to the house because, the cats were here before she was. And I think that we made it. We figured it out. Hooray. JB!
It's Curly Hug.
Hi! Thank you for your resub 21 months. Holy moly. How you doing? Prothean Ruin. Let me at it. Examine. Examining this strange Prothean artifact reveals a small irregular slot on the underside. Remembering the strange trinket you received from the Asari consort on the Citadel, you pull it out and place it into the slot. The ball explodes in a brilliant flash of white light, momentarily blinding and disorienting you. Sorry, this last couple of streams have been crazy with kids. No. Don't even worry about it. It's all good, JB. I'm putting edited versions of Mass Effect on my YouTube channel. So if you ever miss anything and you want to catch up, there are going to be episode 2 released shortly before the stream started tonight. So episodes 1 and 2 are out there. I'm also going to be posting the new Sims challenge we're doing, the Decade Challenge. I need hours in the day. I literally need either 48 hours in one day, or I need to clone myself because I just don't have enough time to edit everything down. And with that one, I might just upload the VOD of the Sims challenges instead of just editing them down. Like, you know how I was editing the 100 Baby Challenge? I might just, save my sanity on this one and just upload the straight VOD to YouTube rather than trying to edit down for convenience. But we'll see. These ones for sure I need. Mass Effect ones for sure I need to edit because I like to side quest and I want to, cut out all the running around of the side questiness because that can drag, obviously. If I knew how to edit to help you out, no, don't even worry about it. I just need to find more time in the day. That's all. And I can do it. I know how to do basic editing, and my channel. It's not like my channel's even remotely noticeable. So I have no problem doing it on my own. It's just to edit the video and make the thumbnail and upload it takes probably an hour and a half to 2 hours to do like a 20 or 30 minute episode. So thanks, bot. Good timing. Yeah, click the link, subscribe to the YouTubes if you haven't already. The past broadcasts are there. Okay, so looks like we're getting a vision here. Back to Mass Effect for a second. Slowly your senses return as you wake from a deep sleep. You are alone in the forest, though you are not far from the caves you share with the others of your tribe. There is a pain and a small lump in the back of your skull, as if a chip of flint has been forced under the surface of the skin. Leaning on your bone-tipped spear for support, you rise to your feet. A sound draws your attention upwards, where a strange creature hovers high above you. It is unlike the birds you hunt by the lake's edge. It has no head and no wings, yet somehow it flies. It is a beast of shining silver, hanging motionless in the sky like a cloud. You sense it watching you, studying you. You don't have Twitter or Insta? I do. I have both. Twitter and Insta. I posted my vegan soup on my story today. Raising a hairy fist, you shake your spear at it in anger, and the creature rises up quickly until it disappears from view. With a satisfied grunt, you make your way back to your caves and the rest of the tribe. You fall into the familiar patterns of life: the hunt for food, the struggle to claim and keep a mate, the battles against the other tribes that would claim your territory. Day rolls into nights and back into days. Each time you rise from sleep, there is a sensation that you are not alone, that some other is with you, sharing all you see, hear, and feel. At these times, your hand goes to the strange lump at the back of your skull, and you remember the silver creature in the sky. The air grows colder, winter falls. You must range farther for food, clutching the furs tight against you to ward off the chill. It is on one of these long hunts that the strange bird returns. You hear it before you see it, and it's its call a deafening roar as it descends from above, swooping down on you. A single gray eye opens on the underbelly, and a glowing red orb. You try to run, but a finger of the red light extends from the eye and engulfs you, and all goes black again. That's creepy. You wake an instant later to find yourself on Elatania, laying on your back. I think that's where the planet we're on right now. The Prothean artifact looming above you, undamaged, and your companions standing over you. They help you to your feet, puzzled. There was a flash of light, and you just sort of toppled over, one explains. Are you okay, Shepard? The other asks. Wait, what? That's our name. You don't answer right away, wondering at the implications of what you have seen. The memories of a crow. Oh, this is us. This is not the vision anymore. This is us. Are you okay, Shepard? You don't answer right away, wondering if the implications of what you have seen, the memories of a Cro-Magnon hunter captured by an implanted Prothean data recorder. How long did they study the primitive humans, observing them and analyzing the results at their base on Mars? And what, if anything, did they learn from us? I'm fine, you reply, realizing it's a mystery you'll probably never solve. Forget about it. Forget about it. No worries, Ridley. Have fun with your shopping / booze run. Is there anything else for us to discover here? I think that's probably a no. Alright, I think we've explored everything that we need to explore. Let's head back to our ship. You know what? Before we get going, let's go and talk to Liara. See if she can give us some more info about the thing we found. The orb. Also, we have kind of a flirtmance with Caden going on right now. I'm kind of here for it.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
I think this is the same.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
Well, we're short-lived.
We don't have the luxury of time, and Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want.
No,
It is up to people like you to
obviously
change
true.
their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what happened on Akuz. The fact that you survived shows a remarkable strength.
You could have just asked.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are.
Does
There is
Liara
something
have a crush on us?
compelling about you, Shepard.
I want to
Are
believe
you
that.
sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings.
Feelings?
I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
Well, we kind of, yeah.
I care about Caden. A lot.
I thought so. Still, I feel as if there is also some attraction between us, Shepard.
Chat, what do we do? Do we want to be friends? Or do we want to admit there's attraction? I don't know what to pick. I don't know what to pick. We could do a poll. Could do a Twitch poll, because I don't know what to pick. Why don't I have a poll button on my thingy? Manage a poll. Add it. Create. Do we have feelings for Liara? Heck yes. Or just friends, bruh. Poll will go for 1 minute. So make sure that you vote. Do we have feelings for Liara? Welcome back. JB, help! Do we have feelings for Liara? Yes or no? That's up to you. Okay. It feels like chat's leaving. Because we kind of have a thing going with Caden at the moment as well. Which is why I'm kind of like, I don't know. Because, you know. Because Caden, you know. And then stay with Caden. I always date her, but yeah, just friends. Okay.
I'm not interested in you in that way, Liara.
This is very embarrassing.
Poor
for me,
Liara.
Commander. Please, let's talk about something else.
Okay. How about
I should go.
we just, like, leave
Goodbye,
it?
Commander.
Oh, I feel bad. We broke her heart. Just wrecking hearts. That's what we do.
Do you have some time to talk now, Commander?
Yes.
Of course. Have a seat.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
Are you concerned for me?
It's a personal observation, Caden.
Maybe that's not my place. I don't want to send any bad signals, Commander. Just,
Not really, JB,
working
no.
on what I've picked up. You tell me if I'm going too far.
We'll see.
We haven't had much off-duty time to talk.
No,
You
it's
have
a
an issue
blind
with how things are
playthrough.
going?
I'm not questioning any decision.
I forgot to put that in my title, but yeah, this is blind.
It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. You get my meaning?
It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. But you're in for some good stuff. I am excited.
You're talking about a particular example, aren't you?
You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Why couldn't we do it alone?
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and EZO. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
Why not the Asari?
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
Ooh. I guess you do what you have to. Well, I'm sure
I'm
they
sure
know.
Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father." Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver.
Luke,
My
I am
family
your
had an
father.
inland home that matured to New Beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few died.
It sounds
The point of
terrible.
all this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
Why tell me?
So why are you telling me this? Is there something I can do to help you get over it?
I'm 32, Shepard. You don't serve as long as I have without coming to terms with yourself. You also learn that if someone is special to you, you help them. Try to keep them from making mistakes.
Special? Eyebrow waggle.
Special, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
Yeah.
You're not out of line, Caden. But there are regs.
I get you, Shepard. I don't make a habit of complicating the chain of command. Just think about what I said.
Okay.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Alright, fine.
We'll talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
Of course you would. Of course you would want to talk to me. 'Cause I'm Shepard. Hi, Garrus.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
Like what?
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts.
Ew.
Organs, mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
Ew.
So what was it?
Both, actually. but it took us a while to figure that out.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist.
How could he live
So
without
we went
his
to his
liver?
lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
Krogan test.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set.
Oh, four testicles?
A killing out there.
Four testicles? Can we just like let that marinate for a minute?
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Yeah? Go on.
One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body.
Yeah.
Some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
This is a mad scientist.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off.
That's gross.
Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
What?
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages.
Bureaucratic
worried about
red
civilian
tape.
Casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs, but they wouldn't listen.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running.
This
Maybe the
doesn't sit
hostages
well with
died, maybe
Garrus.
They don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now.
I hope we get
Just
to
wish I
chase
could've
him down.
stopped him. That's all.
I gotta go.
Commander.
I hope we get to side quest that, because that sounds heckin' like that would be like a good side quest mission.
Commander?
How are we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking.
Oh, we've already
They're
done
family,
this.
right?
Yep, we believe her.
I think she's being straight with us.
Yeah, she's too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Caden, huh?
Are you interested in the lieutenant, Chief?
No, ma'am. And anyway, Scuttlebutt says he's already sweet on someone. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
I didn't mean to.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I met Chief. First thing he did was salute.
Aww.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk to you? Amazing.
Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike.
Stupid boys thinking with their
I didn't think he was a bad
penises.
kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
No means no.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course, if he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed.
Thinking with this
She
penis.
levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
What happened to Mike?
Did anything happen while you were home?
My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted
he's
to
a dick.
snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
Hell yeah.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell.
Well, yeah.
Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
We already know that he
Dad
was.
always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I didn't know you liked classical literature.
Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Aww.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home.
Ooh, awkward.
Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
I thought you said he was dead.
You know, from heaven, wherever that is. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter, only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
That's okay.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Hi, Rex.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Like?
Such as?
Such as I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
Interesting.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
He's just a Krogan battlemaster.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
That's risky.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well...
Your
There
father?
are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly.
Oh, man.
I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest.
Can you imagine having
That
to kill your own
is
father?
why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
That's, pretty intense. Hey, Tolly.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now.
I may never do
I
it,
guess
yeah.
I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Theron's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
Preferential treatment?
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
I guess I'm just tired of people judging me because of who my father is. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage. Something that will forever change our lives for the better.
Poor Tolly.
If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian's ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
I should go.
See you later.